the originals. I had a whole bunch of antique malls.
It's 5:30. I'm going to call the meeting to order. Roll call, please.
Yeah. Mayor Stover,
Here.
Vice Mayor Lundgren,
Here.
Commissioner Beeson,
Here.
Commissioner Calhoun,
Here.
Commissioner Tweedy.
Here. Number 2, the opening prayer and pledge of allegiance. Those who would like to participate, please stand.
And we'll have opening prayer led by Ryan Nichols of Calvary Chapel.
If you bow with me. Father, we come before you, and I thank you that you have blessed us, Lord, with a wonderful town to be a part of. And I thank you that you have blessed us with these leaders who have been put in positions, Lord, to make decisions for the city. And so, Father, I just ask your blessing right now, not only upon this meeting, that you would give these leaders, Lord, like hearts and like minds. Father, that you would give them wisdom to govern this people and to govern this city. And Lord, that you would be the focal point of everything that takes place here tonight. Father, I pray against tempers. I don't know why I needed to say that, but I felt like I did. And Lord, I pray for peace and resolution for the things that need to be discussed here this evening. And so, Father, I just ask your blessing upon this time. And Lord, may you be glorified by the thoughts, the words, and the actions that take place here tonight. Lord, we pray your blessing on this city in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Do we have any additions or deletions?
No, Mayor, there's not.
Okay. Do I hear?
We approve the agenda.
I second it. Got a motion and a second to approve the agenda. Any further discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Number 2, consent agenda.
Would you like me to read through these?
Please.
Okay. So item number 1 is to approve the June 2nd, 2026 regular meeting minutes as written. Item number 2 is a resolution authorizing a public meeting of the governing body to attend a Land Bank Board of Trustees meeting at 5 p.m. Tuesday, July 7th, 2026 in the Commission Meeting Room at City Hall located at 118 West Central Avenue in Arkansas City. Item number 3 is a resolution authorizing the City of Arkansas City to enter into an agreement with Adrian Essinger for partial forgiveness of special assessments levied against property located at 717 South B Street. And item number 4 is a resolution authorizing the City of Arkansas City to allocate unpledged healthcare sales tax funds in the amount of $3,608.50 to SCK Health for uncompensated care provided to the community, consistent with ordinance number 2019-024481, and the city's intent to annually appropriate available revenues for healthcare purposes.
Move we accept the consent agenda.
Second.
Got a motion to accept the consent agenda. Any further discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. New business, City Manager Department.
Item number 1 is a resolution authorizing the City of Arkansas City to accept a bid submitted by Pearson Construction LLC for a C-Clip SP's resurfacing project on US 166, which is West Madison Avenue, from the Arkansas City River Bridge to 8th Street for an amount not to exceed $273,070.20.
So, Commissioners, we had a bid opening on May 12th. We had 2 contractors bid on the project. The engineer estimate was $324,790. Pearson Construction had the low bid of $273,070. APAC was at $277,530. So this is funded by a C-CLAP grant from KDOT, and it's a 90% grant. And I believe our portion is $27,307. And so that's what we recommend, that we accept the low bid. It's already been reviewed by our engineer and KDOT, and they both approved that low bid as acceptable. So
That low bid came in about, what, 35, 40,000 below?
it was 50,000, 51,000 below the engineer's estimate. And it was, let me go back up here to the, it was about 5,000 less than Apex. So pretty close, but
It's probably been mentioned, I missed it. Is there an idea of from start to finish, the timeline?
it won't take very long. It's just the mill and overlay. So they'll mill off, I think, 1.5 inches and then resurface it. So, and then they'll have to come back and restripe. But
I'd be surprised if it's more than 2 weeks.
yeah, sometimes they'll let the asphalt kind of cook off the oil a little bit before they come back and paint it. So there might be a few weeks between that, but yeah, it's not a long-term one. It'll go pretty quick.
I move that we accept the resolution, authorize the city of Arkansas City accept the bid submitted by Pearson Construction for CCLIPSP resurfacing project on US 166 from either Arkansas or the Arkansas River Bridge to 8th Street for an amount not to exceed $273,070.20.
I'll second that. Got a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
You sure you're not going to?
Okay, number 2.
Yeah, before I move to item number, oh, we got it up there. Never mind. I was going to say, I have agendas up here. So we finally got it up on the screen. Thank you, Matt. Item number 2 is to hold a public hearing to consider a resolution declaring structures located at 413 North 1st Street, 701 North B Street, 836 South C Street, and 219 North Summit Street as unsafe and dangerous, and directing that said structures be repaired, shored, or otherwise made safe, or in the alternative, demolished. And our principal planner, Josh White, is here. There we go. Look at that. Do you do your best work under pressure?
All right, so we're before you today is 4 structures that some of them have been on the books for a little while that we're looking to move forward on. So if you want to go to that first slide, I'll just work through all 4 of them
Right.
first, and then we can do the public hearings. Does that sound good?
Sure.
Okay. So the first property is 413 North First. This case was opened back in 2016, so it's been open for a while.
Has it come before us before?
Yeah, none of these.
That's my question.
Yes. This one, I don't want to go through every one of these, but this is a list of some of the violations that are on that property. There's been about 20 cases on this property since 2009. So there's been some ongoing activity there for quite a while. I'll just go through some of these pictures. This is kind of this is the front of the structure. There's some foundation damage that we found on the structure. These pictures are kind of over time. So that bottom left one is the most recent. That was from March of this year. So, but they're over the past several years trying to show some progression. Some more foundation damage. This is the bottom one, so the back side of the house.
Is that inhabited at all?
No.
None of these have anything.
Josh, quick question. If this was first brought up in 2016, why wasn't that proceeded with?
I'm sorry. So
If the first notice was sent out in 2016, why didn't we not follow up with that?
I'm not sure, to be honest with you. We're trying to close out some of the older cases, and that's actually these first 3 are all from 2016. So
I drove by that property.
it's kind of a game of playing priority, trying to decide which ones are the most highest priority. And so some other cases went in front of it. So that's what's happened.
It actually looks, I drove by that, it looks abandoned, to be honest with you, so.
The second one is 701 North B. This one is also, again, from 2016. We've sent out multiple letters, and There's about 31 cases that we've had, some of them concerning these issues here. There's also been some cases with mowing that we've done some cleanups on the property. We went back to 2009 because that's when our current software that we use, that's what it goes back to. So that's why we use that. So you can have these pictures. So this is the porch. So there's some foundation damage here. These pictures, you can also see some damage to the roof on the porch where some pieces are falling down on it. This is the roof of the structure. There's missing shingles. So what you're seeing at the top picture there is the decking that's actually warped from not being covered. That garage is also, the roof is failing and has some holes in it as well. In fact, you'll see that on the next slide. Oh, well, maybe it's on the next slide. There's also some windows that are missing in the structure, so it's been open to the elements for some time. There's the hole in the garage roof, and of course there's that missing panel on that garage and the door needs repair. There's also some foundation damage on this structure as well. Some more pictures. Nothing to necessarily spell out there, but just the overall deteriorated nature of this structure. This one is 836 South C Street. This is our third one. This one also from 2016. Similar list of issues with the house. About 7 cases we've had, including some weeds related cases as well. So this is the structure here. I believe the bottom picture there in the middle is of the back porch. It is failing. The porch has fallen in a couple of these pictures. There's also some missing windows in this structure as well.
This is about, what, 3 blocks south of Madison?
Yeah. Something like that. These are just some more pictures of the house. I think there's some, in that one, there's some window deterioration there. And there's also some roof damage on the back part of the house as well. That's a cool house.
Yeah.
It is a cool looking house.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
This is just some more pictures of the area around it, that backyard. There's one. That's the next slide. But there's some pictures of the porch, the back porch. That's some issues. This is the picture I was thinking of on the bottom right. The stairs are actually, the steps are actually separated. But that's because of the failing of the back porch, the flooring of the back porch. There's missing fascia boards in that picture there. Oh, and there's the one in the middle there. It looks like there's some metal and some shingles on that roof. I'm not sure what's going on there. But it needs a new roof.
It looks like the notices were signed, they've all been signed. So do they have a plan for this, or do they respond at all?
On these, no, not recently. We haven't had
You not heard from anybody from that coming out?
We'll open it up in just a minute. Yep.
And the last one that we're going to talk about today is 219 North Summit. This case was opened August of last year, so it's obviously a newer one. At that time, we noticed that the wall was separating from the structure, and we had Stewart Engineering came down and did an evaluation in September, and that's when we determined that it was necessary to put that fence up around the sidewalk in the front of the building. So in these pictures, you can see a little bit of the separation of that front wall. That's really what we're focused on, is that front wall.
Sure.
These are just some pictures of the roof, but that one in the middle there shows a little bit of that separation as well. This is on the inside of the structure, where you can see a little bit of the separation there as well. So this is the 4 properties in front of you. The way this would work would be, we would ask you to declare these properties as a dangerous structure. If you chose to do that on all 4 of them, then the property owners would have 30 days to begin some sort of work on the properties, and they would have a total of 90 days to complete the work.
Can that 30 days be where they present a plan to you to get that?
So this is the minimum that we would be required to give any property owner.
So if somebody started it, it didn't quite get it done in 90 days,
Yes,
we can extend that.
Yeah.
absolutely. And the solution does not necessarily have to be demolition. in
Right.
any of these.
It's just kind of to force the hand.
Well,
I'll make a motion to open, to hold a public hearing and consider a resolution declaring structures located at 413 North First Street, 701 North B Street, 836 South C Street, and 219 North Summit Street as unsafe and dangerous, and directing that said structure be repaired, shored, or otherwise made safe, or an alternative demolished.
I second it.
got a motion and a second to go into open public hearing. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. We're in an open hearing now. Melissa, you want to come up and talk first?
Somebody's got to.
Yep.
Yeah.
Come on
Yes,
up
Laura,
here, yes.
Okay. If you could please state your name when you come up and what property you're.
My name is Dana Hopper, and my property is 836 South C Street. I've been working on the property. That's why I haven't been in touch. They said just keep working on it, and I've been keep working on it until I got this, and then I got this notice to come to this hearing. I actually have somebody that wants to purchase that property and start work on the porch right away. And that's the worst part of it, the property that's damaged.
Do you see this purchase taking place within the next 90 days?
We're about to fill out the paperwork now.
So that would put her within timeframe to Josh, I mean, right?
Sure. So in a
Yeah,
situation like
yeah.
this. what
Can they get a loan or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How does it
So in a
work?
situation like that, if she's wanting to do that, what we would need to do is meet with the buyer,
Mhm.
probably with you, because we can't discuss it with the buyer without permission. And we could work through that and come up with a timeline for when to work on it.
So you would need to have that meeting though within the 30 days so that gets you.
Right.
And that really would be the basic thing.
Right.
Right.
This is the first time I've sat through one of these. As a commissioner or commission, do we have a right in meeting with that buyer? You could take a situation where someone might not be able to work on it, so financially can't do it. And they sell it to a buyer that financially can't do it. You're just extending and prolonging. So do we have an authority to be able to sit in on that and say, okay, is there a financial ability to do the work that needs to be done? In other words, if it's a $100,000 project, are we just extending it another 8-9 months and
Now,
having
let
the
me
same
make
problem down the
this
road?
easier. Let me ask this question.
Mhm.
If we declare it a dangerous building today, no matter who purchases it, they've got 90 days.
They've got 90 days, right?
That's right.
So we're kind of, lack of terms, kicking the can down the road for 90 days to see if that transpires. If it doesn't, then we're going to the next step.
Right.
Okay.
Anything else?
No, it's just-
All right.
I think it's condemnable.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
You
Melissa?
wanted me to do my timer for 3 minutes.
Hmm?
3 minutes?
Yeah.
If I may.
Yeah, go ahead, Larry.
For these, you don't necessarily limit to 3 minutes.
Okay.
By statute, they have an opportunity to put out whatever,
Okay.
a reasonable amount of time, I think
Sure.
the statute says, and 3 minutes may not be enough on some of these. And this may be one that 3 minutes isn't quite enough, but
Three and a
still, I mean, you have the authority to cut it off at a reasonable time, but
Gotcha.
And I'm actually, go late. I'm, not to speak on Dana now, it's a neighbor of ours. She has a beautiful Victorian house. She has done a lot of work to it. And it would be a shame for anybody to demolish that house. She has done an incredible amount to that house over the years. It's always been a beautiful house. I think it was called Peyton Place. Is it?
Yeah, she did, yeah. Mrs. Payton owned it.
Yeah, Mrs. Peyton owned our house around the corner, which is also a big Victorian. And both of those and other houses around that area are gorgeous houses. And no one should try to bulldoze those houses because they are historical homes. And they should be on some sort of historical register.
But are they?
I know ours is. And that one probably is somewhere if someone actually looked. Because I know that one's called it was always called Peyton Place. And I know she has done a great job of just keeping the place is difficult when you have those big Victorian houses.
Melissa, you want to move
It's a lot
on?
of
Yeah.
work.
You want to move on?
Talk
to your
about your property now, or you want to talk?
Yeah,
yeah.
I'll get my stuff.
Tell you what, while she's getting repaired, I know that you folks raised your hand. I didn't know if you wanted to get up and speak.
John and Betty Jean Penrose, 701 North B is our property. And just first, before we go any further, I just want to say it's been our privilege to live here in town 2 different times. First as administrators at Camp Quaker Haven, did that for 6 years, and then God moved us out, and then we moved back, did several things, including interim pastorate and then chaplain at Winfield Correctional Facility. And our kids really enjoyed the school and we enjoyed living here. So just wanted to let you know that up front. Now God has moved us out to Plains, Kansas. So it was a little drive to get here today. But in our process, just put together this just for quick. In 2004, God called us to Independence, Kansas. So we've not been here for a while, okay? And during that time, we continued to work on the house at 701 North B as time and money was available. And I used to do a lot of home repair, not just for myself, but for other people. So I understand all of that. In 2017, I was diagnosed with a bad knee, and Doc Clausen came by when I was working at the house over here, and he says, you shouldn't be doing these things. So went through the process and had a knee replacement. And so during that time, I couldn't do stuff, especially getting up on a roof and all that. So I hired a group to come over and do it. Isn't that what you do? They failed me. So later on, I still wasn't able to do it. I was diagnosed with prostate cancer in 2018. So I had that surgery and radiation and all that. So we hired another group. That's why there's no shingles on part of that. You know, it's hard when you're not able to be there and it's happening. So I'm just telling you, it wasn't by choice. And so in the process, in 2023, I found out that when I was having my knee replacement, that both hips are bad and the other knee's bad. And after we made a move in 25 to Plains, Kansas, my left hip really got bad. You can see I barely get up, and today I'm doing better than I've been doing. So thankful for that. So personally, I'm not able to do it, but we've also had the process that we've done as much as we could, but we had very, very limited funds in that pastorate out there. And so we did what we could, and between money and my abilities and some of the people that failed me, we are sorry that the house is where it's at, because we didn't want that. We were trying to do everything we could. So we're not trying to say we don't give a rip. Okay, we do. We care. We care about the community. We care about the house. House means a lot. But with all these medical issues that I've had through this time and the limited pay, we basically just eked by as it was, and sometimes had to rely on other people donating to us to even help make medical bills, say nothing to the extra. So that is not an excuse. It's a reason of why it's where it's at. And it's not what we've desired. And like I said, I kept thinking, oh, well, I'm going to get better. I'm going to be able to go just take a month's vacation, just plow into it. And here I am. And then I get ready for my hip surgery. And they found a blood clot. So I'm waiting for that to dissolve so I can have hip surgery. Isn't it great? And me sitting around doing nothing is very hard on this guy.
I understand.
So I want you to know, I understand where everything's at. But at the same time, last year, right after we moved to Plains, we got a call from a realtor here in town and wanted to see if we wanted to put our house on, get somebody to buy it. And I said, yeah, let's do that. And they got stopped from putting it on the market. Said the city wouldn't let them sell it. So I don't
Josh,
know.
you got any idea why that would be?
I don't know what that deal was.
I don't know why it was stopped necessarily, but what we would request when somebody tries to sell one of these properties is that we get to meet with that buyer,
Okay.
so we can educate them on what.
Well, it was kind of a heartbreak for me, because I thought, wow, they see it and they thought they had a couple people that might be interested. And we knew we weren't going to get much out of it, but we wanted it to be used for somebody somewhere, because it's been very important to us. And so anyhow, and you guys can have a copy of this mess. But thank you. And we're not trying to ignore you people. And we have made some contact from time to time, but it's one of those things when you get overwhelmed by everything else, you just kind of take a breath. And on the way over here, as I was thinking, I just thought, I'm thankful today with everything I've been through, to be alive and not have cancer now. But I'm still hobbling around. So
Best of luck.
blessings to you. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, John. Melissa?
Josh, on 701, is there a lot of interior damage?
Pardon?
I don't know.
Yes.
Yes, there is.
There's interior damage.
There is interior damage, and it will have to be
Gutted.
sprayed gutted and sprayed for mold. And I know that, and that was what I was getting ready of. My next step after we got the roof done was to go on ahead, rip out all the sheetrock, well, some of it's not even sheetrock, it's the old plaster.
Mathing and plastic.
And I wanted that out of there anyhow. So, yeah, it's gonna have something, but like I said, a couple times I thought I had the guys that were gonna do it and work with me. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, I was here at the Friday work session and I got a lot of what I was going to say out, and I passed out papers to you. So,
Did you end up meeting with the contractor you were going to meet with? Friday?
yes, we did. And he gave me a bid. He said he talked to Josh. And it was a decent amount of money. It would be this fall when he said he could put it together after it got hot. I mean, after the heat passed. Before he could even tackle it. Him and Caesar from King's Construction. And so we are talking about getting together the money. We talked to him a couple of times today, and he was putting together paperwork and stuff. So we have talked about that. So that is on the out, you know, the money was about what we thought it was going to be. It was a little less than the amount that we talked about the other day. So it was something that is a possibility of us being able to come up with a little more than we have right now, but, you know, and about double what the appraisal for the building is. So, you know, and a little more than what we paid for the building in the first place, so. But let me see here. You know, when this storm happened, we were pretty devastated. And I think what really threw us behind is, and Josh and Robert, I had a hard time hearing. Robert and I talked about this, that we were, for the first 5 or 6 months, told constantly that the building was going to be demolished and there was nothing we could do about it. And that was pretty devastating. And, you know, we were told that we had 10 days to empty the building. And then we were just told constantly we had to empty the building. We had to empty the building. The building was going to be torn down. And we have proof that our building is attached to the buildings on each side.
I don't think anybody's disagreeing with you on that. I think
Yeah.
we take you at your
We
word
saw
for
that
that.
in the
Yeah, we saw it.
report.
Right.
It's in that report.
But mentally, it was very devastating. And, you know, it did throw us behind on getting, you know, it had to put us in a different gear as far as fixing the building. And to go from emptying the building to deciding, no, we're going to stand our ground and repairing the building. You know, we had to change gears. And so that is what threw us behind on getting things. It wasn't that we were just being lazy or not putting our steps forward on fixing.
I don't think anybody's accusing you of that. I think we think that you put forth an honest effort in trying to take care of this?
How long have you had this building?
We've had it 21 years.
Okay.
And
And
we've had-
what business was I? Because I just. don't
Melissa's Garden Antiques. And we've been in business since 1992. So, and this is one of our second locations. We actually own 4 commercial buildings. And we've been in business a long time. And I mean, we've raised our kids here. We've really, we are part of this community. And we have to say, this is a great community. And a lot of other business people and a lot of our neighbors and our neighbors in the business district stepped up and helped us store stuff. And when we were having to empty this building, and it helped us so much and have helped us and we help the other people in our community. And because that is what a community is. Because that is what our city is. And this is a great place to live. And
So you're developing a plan then to
Yeah,
have that?
and
And that's what you've
we're
been
still
visiting with,
developing a
with
plan.
Josh
yeah, and
and all that?
So are you planning in September for him to start?
That would be 90 days and that'd be after the heat.
Right.
yeah,
Right.
it would be, and we're hoping that everything works out with them. Unless we can, I hate to, it's going to change the facade of the building. And it's not going to look like an antique building anymore. Which I would rather it still look like an antique building.
So he's not going back brick.
No, it's going to look, the picture.
So probably similar to what the apartments did downtown across from the
Yeah,
C store.
it's gonna look similar to this. This was their original plan, but it was gonna be a lot more expensive to look like that. So we're just gonna leave it in the side entrance like it is.
Mhm.
And
Oh. That's
It's
primarily what
gonna
we need to
take
know.
Some of the tall top. We've seen the picture, and then just put siding up. So it's not gonna look so much like an antique building. I would rather have put in something and kept the brick, but it's not gonna look like that. It's not gonna look like a 1919 building anymore.
It sounds like they have a plan in place.
Right.
It does.
And it sounds like they should be within the time frame. And if it doesn't make that time frame,
But they're working with
they're-
Josh.
right.
And so
Josh
he
will
he
work with
can
you,
work
and
with
if you're making the right progress.
So I guess my question is, from what you told us Friday, Josh, do they still have to have an engineer come in and do all this, or?
So I visited with George Lozano and Cesar Reyes about this. And after seeing what they did on that building, wherever that is, a couple blocks north of there.
Yeah.
I'm pretty confident that they can make these repairs based on what we saw there.
They're the ones that did the,
The apartment complex.
Caesar did.
okay.
So they just decided that they were going to do a partnership with that. I'd hoped that something would be here today, but I don't see him here. But he also talked about they will look at the footing of the front of that too, just to check to make sure. So they might have to tear the sidewalk out. But it's just part of the process to making it safe. We would probably have to do some of that if we tore the building down too. But I believe that it can be saved.
And I'm assuming they're bonded and insured.
Yes. Yeah, both of them are licensed contractors.
Does this bid also include the roof? We're gonna have to make it weather tight if we're gonna spend that kind of money.
Is that is that the same roof? Has that roof been on there 20 years that you've owned it?
Yeah, it's been on there 20 years. We have done a lot of patching to the roof. That's what we used, some of the insurance, a little bit of insurance money we got on patching the roof. And, you know, and we have more patching stuff that we have bought, that when it started looking like we really weren't gonna be able to keep the building, we just stopped. And, you know, we put some flashing up there and stuff, and I have pictures of my husband out there on his hands and knees with asphalt stuff, you know, trying to keep it secure, but it really did not leak, except at the very back in the little add-on area. And there's enough of a tilt on the building that it still does not leak.
Runs
Even
off.
where, because it's only out 2 inches. And just at that middle, you know, where they took the picture. I don't think any of these guys have been. You guys haven't been in the building, so you can't.
Ms. Cole, I think we've got the
I think,
information.
yeah,
we need
I
for
think
you.
we know what, yeah, I think we're good with what you're
Get on
doing.
that plan
Yeah,
and stick to it.
so I think that's good enough for us.
Josh, this is not in the historic district, right?
This building is
This
not.
building is not, technically, it's in the historic district, but because Gilliland's did a lot of work on those 3 buildings,
It doesn't qualify.
they had a exception to Park City Dance's buildings and my building. We bought it from Park City Dance, and all of Gilliland's were an exception, so it's not a historic building.
They're not
Good enough.
subject to any,
Right.
anything like that.
Okay,
So, any more questions?
Is there any quick grants that we might be able to help or apply for to aid in
Not that I'm aware of.
If there is, even for like.
Not quick, they're all competitive. The one I can think of right now would be CDBG, Commercial Rehabilitation Grant, but you're also gonna have to have architectural drawings, and you're gonna have to have a pretty good investment in it to get the grant.
Yeah, if there was like $10,000 that someone could help with, I mean, that would make all the difference in the world, because that's the difference right there. Us being able to come up with it right now, that's not.
thank you, Melissa.
Make a motion to close public hearing.
second?
Got a motion and a second, close public hearing. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. We're out of public hearing. Any further discussion with the commissioners regarding this? Any questions, or you've got
I
anybody?
don't have any.
I would just like to state, I mean, old buildings, they cost money and they're tough to maintain. And that's probably what we're battling on Summit Street. My only concern is, I like the idea of working any way we can, but I also don't want it just be in conversation. So I guess where I'm at is to sell me on this deal. I would want a certified plan on the engineering, right? And I would also like to know funding's going to be available to handle the project, and a definite timeline. Now, if a timeline runs over because of, as long as there's progress, I've built enough stuff. As long as there's progress, I don't have a problem with it. But otherwise, if you don't have those items, you have conversation. And I don't mean this in a disrespectful way at all, but we just go down the road another 90 days, we got the same problem. And honestly, this has been a year going on. So I totally appreciate the concerns and the conversation on it. And I'm listening to it and I believe it. But for citizens of the town and for the future of concentrating on the buildings, we also have to follow our guidelines.
And that's all I'm simply stating is again, I'll just say it on record. I'd like a certified engineering showing that it can be fixed. I'd like to know that the funds are available and it's not just conversation. And I would like to have a definite timeline. So with those, I would be susceptible to just saying, hey, I understand this. So
And commissioners, keep in mind also, that even if you go ahead tonight and deem these as dangerous structures, you can continue to work with these property owners. Doesn't mean we're going to show up
Yeah.
90 days with bulldozers. And
Right.
if there is a workable, if they're working on a plan and working with Josh and his team, we can continue to work with them. And this just gives you the ability at the point that something
You don't
doesn't
see
happen.
progress.
Something doesn't happen.
then
and I
we've
think
already-
we all agree on that.
Yeah, and then we're at the point where you have the legal, authority to take another step then. So.
Then I make a
Thank you.
motion to approve the resolution declaring structures located at 413 North First, 701 B North B, 836 South C, and 219 North Summit as unsafe and dangerous, and directing that said structures be repaired, shored, or otherwise made safe, or in the alternative, demolished.
Second it.
Got a motion and a second. Is any further discussion?
I would like to bring up if 701 North B and 836 South C, if they decide to sell it, make sure Josh is informed of that so he can follow up with the people who are trying to buy it.
That's part
Yeah.
of the action guide.
Okay.
Further discussion? If not, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Environmental Services Department.
All right, so item number 1 is a resolution authorizing the city of Arkansas City to accept a bid submitted by Vermeer Great Plains to purchase a 2026 horizontal directional drill package for an amount not to exceed $204,769.18.
Good evening, Honorable Mayor and members of the commission. I bring before you a couple items this evening, and they are to kickstart our water line replacement, expand the capabilities of our department, make us a better and department more in tune with what needs to be done with the city and its infrastructure. First item here is a directional drill. This would expand our department's capabilities tenfold. It will allow us to install new water service lines and short runs of water main beneath existing pavement, driveway, landscaping, and other obstructions without open cut excavation, significantly reducing surface disruption, restoration costs in residential areas. I was going to say this would be a fantastic add to our department. It would save a lot of time and money in putting in new water lines in the ground.
Kyle, I know you always think, I tease you a lot, but I do have a serious question here.
Yep.
So and we've got a lot of equipment to get through, so I don't want to say too long, but if this equipment gets approved, how quickly do you plan on using this equipment?
Immediately. I was going to say,
Do you have a plan on what you want to start putting up, the boring on and everything already?
correct. I was going to say with the boring machine, we're getting engineering finalized on our large water line project, but we already have a couple small water line projects. In the meantime, we'll be using it on already.
I think if, when these numbers show up in the paper, it'd be great if a couple weeks later, or we could say, hey, here's where we're planning on going. I think that would be good for the public.
I think they do a
Absolutely.
fairly good job of showing pictures of what's going on.
Right. Well, I mean, just in general,
Right,
post
so-
stuff in the paper or anything like that. I think that would be helpful. So
So, yeah, I know Shanna just shared on Facebook a couple days
that's a
ago
great job.
what we did with that excavator, and we're planning on getting something similar to do more of that, which is
You ready?
That's it on that one?
Yeah.
I'll make a motion. We approve the resolution authorizing the city of Arkansas City to accept the bid submitted by Vermeer Great Plains to purchase 2026 horizontal directional drill package for an amount not to exceed $204,769.18. We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Number 2.
Okay, item number 2 is a resolution authorizing the city of Arkansas City to accept a bid submitted by Foley Equipment Company to purchase a 2026 mini hydraulic excavator, including attachments, for an amount not to exceed $145,695 and to pursue lease bids for financing. So this will, if approved, allow the city to go out for bid with banks for up to a 5-year lease, I think is what we're looking at.
Next item is larger excavator than the current one that we own. They say mini on here, but this thing is anything but mini. And this excavator would allow us to have a bigger machine to do bigger jobs. Even though I know Streets owns a larger excavator, but sometimes that's too big for some of our alleys where our small one can't handle some projects.
You demo this. Did you demo this?
Correct. That was the one that Shanna posted on Facebook a few days ago.
Different attachments to it, or is this just the?
Yep, this one includes a couple different buckets, a breaker, and I believe even a mulcher head with it.
Yeah, the picture is a mulcher head, right?
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that it's on it. I'm just curious. So it does get a mulcher head?
Yep.
That's for storm damage or stormwater, right?
You betcha.
I make a motion to accept the resolution as written to accept the 2026 mini hydraulic excavator, price not to exceed $145,695.
A second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Number 3.
A resolution authorizing the city of Arkansas City to accept a bid submitted by Foley Equipment Company to purchase a 2026 compact track loader, including attachments, for an amount not to exceed $79,900 and to pursue lease bids for financing. So same deal with the opportunity to get with banks on this one.
Let's say this next item here is for a track loader. This will be replacing our current one, which I believe was bought back in 2008. This is replacing aging equipment, especially as the department ramps up and does bigger and better jobs. A newer piece of equipment will be needed to hold up to what we're going to be doing here in the future.
And we were gonna move this one to the other location, or?
The current one we have, it's still a good machine, but needs a little bit less use on it. So the wastewater plant, they got a couple jobs down there they can do with.
See, I listened the other day.
They use that to turn over the sludge and stuff that comes out.
Yep, they'll use it to rake off their sludge beds, and then as the sludge comes out, they'll use it to turn it over and repair roads and all that good stuff down there.
Make a resolution. I'll make a motion for a resolution authorizing the city to accept a bid for the Foley Equipment Company compact track loader for not to exceed $79,900.
Second. We have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion by commissioners?
I'd like to offer up that all the equipment Kyle's requesting has already been approved in this year's
In the
budget.
budget, yeah.
Yep.
I was thinking the same thing.
Further discussion? Not all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Number 4.
A resolution authorizing the city of Arkansas City to accept a bid submitted by Truck Center Companies to purchase a 2027 Freightliner heavy-duty truck with flatbed for an amount not to exceed $115,570.
Next item here is a truck that is capable of pulling the new excavator. Currently, we don't have a truck and trailer large enough to be able to haul such a machine around, and we would need the help of an outside agency or another department here in town.
So just from looking at this, is this basically a two-ton? And then it's got maybe, is it a gooseneck that the trailer's gonna be?
Trailer's going to be a pencil. I'm putting a flatbed on it, and I don't have it mentioned in here, but this truck is future-proofing our department as well. If we do get a larger directional drill, which I'm hoping to when the water line replacement program takes off, we'll then be able to mount the mud mixers that you see around the trucks in town with the fiber operators. and it'll be able to mount that on the back of the flatbed and be able to use it on the drill as well. But
Hence being the reason we just can't use the street departments every now and then.
correct.
I'll make a
Got that
motion.
question a lot.
I make a motion, we approve the resolution authorizing the city of Arc City to accept the submitted bid from Truck Center Companies to purchase the 2027 Freightliner heavy-duty truck with flatbed for not to exceed the amount of $115,570.
Second.
The only thing I'd like to add is, Kyle, you should have put this in. It was a state bid, and so what does this truck normally run for?
I believe this truck is usually about 140,000 is what I saw, and it brought it down to about 100,000 because it was a state contract that this truck was on. So significant cost savings through that.
It's always good to mention cost savings.
Got a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? Not all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Number 5.
A resolution authorizing the city of Arkansas City to accept a bid submitted by Vermeer Great Plains to purchase a 2026 Feeling heavy-duty tilt deck trailer for an amount not to exceed $41,469.
And this trailer is to go along with the truck and pulling larger machinery, and just expanding our department's capabilities.
I always said yes to the truck, but really can't say no to the trailer.
Unfortunately, that is
You can,
the
but
case.
Make a motion, we approve the resolution as written.
I'll second it.
Second. Got a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? If not, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Thank you all for your time.
Thank you.
Thanks, Kyle.
Public Services Department.
Yeah, so a resolution authorizing the city of Arkansas City to accept a bid submitted by McQueen Equipment to purchase a new 2026 McNeilus refuse truck and packer for an amount not to exceed $226,026.53 and to pursue lease bids for financing. Again, we'd go out for bid for up to 5 years.
Well, I guess I'm done. Kyle, go. What we usually do, governing bodies, we trade every 8 years or so. We try to keep our trucks that long. Usually after that, they start to break down, get wear and tear on them, and it's just due for us to have a new truck.
It's a little heavier duty truck than we usually.
This is a lot heavier duty truck. The one we're getting is a McNeilus. We usually run high-on trucks. If you put them side by side, most companies and organizations is going to get that McNeilus. Usually it costs a little bit more to get that because of the heaviness and the wear and tear that it takes, the back end. I know my high-on, I just spent $18,000 on the back of it because of pins and things. Just couldn't hold up to it. So that's why I want to go to a bigger and better truck.
So we either use the commercial route or
It goes for all routes.
Does it?
Yes, I will use it for commercial and residential. We're going to see. I want to make sure that it's well taken care of. It may start out up there on commercial. Got good drivers, and that's where in this 25-yard, which is replacing the 25-yard that we're getting rid of right now. So it's a bigger truck. Less trips to the landfill. It should be able to hold it. It's coming with a PT 5000, which is a stronger to smash the trash and give us more room to where we can go further down the road with it. Also, like to say the terrace is already included into this truck bid. On some of the ones we had before, it wasn't. This is included, and we're also getting a $10,000 rebate. That we found out later on that we will get for purchasing the truck, it was at 226. I think it's going to bring down to 216, which is an excellent deal on the truck. Just phenomenal.
And it is a budgeted.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's in the budget.
Yeah, it is budgeted. Yes, sir. Yeah.
Trent, was there something wrong with the number 6 item by Armor? It was 210,000.
Yes, sir. Well, the truck that we was using one thing is old, but we had a lot of brakes on it, hydraulics, cylinders, and things of that nature, tires, you name it, probably went wrong with it.
I will
So a
say
lot of
this,
time.
When they got it, I was working for the city
Yeah.
at the time. And
Yeah.
that truck was in there a lot, getting lines replaced. We were pretty frustrated with it at the time because it was not performing very well.
Yes. Yeah. Chad can tell you firsthand. He was on the back of it.
Well, that's the problem.
You know, that could be a good deal.
Could be insurance.
And so we tried to, I did know the last time I was visiting with some of you guys, that was brung up, is why it was in the back. Well, it was broke down most of the time. And then when we was going to get rid of it, which we need to say we're getting $35,000 also back from it on trade-in. We're just trying to keep it to where we can get our money to help with the new.
So
truck.
the old one's going away for 35K, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. 35K is what it's going for, which is a help.
Absolutely.
And so I think that we're getting this at a remarkable deal. I know the next time I get one out, there's also McNeil's College Battle that I like to step up into. But like I said, I'm just trying to take baby steps now because this is going to go on a chassis. What is that? Freightliner chassis. So we'll just see how it goes from there.
Make a motion to accept the resolution to accept heavy duty tilt deck. Wait, that's the wrong one. I apologize. Resolution authorizing the McQueen equipment purchase of a McNellis refuse truck, Packard not to exceed $226,026.53.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Thank you, guys. You guys have a wonderful day.
Thank you. All right, city manager updates and reminders.
Okay. So we had presented you guys with 3 different options on the playground equipment that we have the grant for. We had a survey go out over our website, and we did kind of a quick timeline, but we had 160 responses and got back everybody's opinion on, or at least the respondents' opinions on what they wanted to see, and then playground equipment. And we had 40% of the responses say they wanted adventure challenge courses. 36% wanted that more balance play, where it was the big, kind of one big piece, and more traditional playground equipment. And then we had a community-inspired theme concept that only 23% like that. So we sent that the responses and the comments to the architect, and they're going to come back with a design based on what the community responded. And so we'll hopefully have something for you guys to look at here really soon on that, because we want to keep that moving. And the goal is to have it out for bids and constructed by end of October. I gave you guys a project, the PEC project update. So that's a list of all the projects that we're currently working on with PEC. So I don't have any real highlights there. I guess the East Pressure Zone is a big one. We're in the last stages of the design there. We're working on getting survey work done and some geotechnical drilling and design work done for the final stretch of easement we need to get. And then once that's done, then we'll be able to get the design finished up and sent off to KDHE for their approval. And so that's moving forward. The well supply, the well and supply study is kicking off, and they've already identified some areas to drill, and they'll be doing some test drilling and testing well sites. And then also they'll be looking at the supply lines in the town. I think there's plans to pig it. Is that correct? At some point, and get those cleaned off and make sure we've got the hydraulics are good with the water that we are able to pump, and make sure we're getting that in town well. And then the green sand filter, we had our kickoff meeting the other day, and so that's all moving forward now. And we're looking at after the first year. The big piece is ordering the vessel, and that takes time, and that'll be around first of the year before that's done in here. So that all that work will kind of happen after 27. So that's kind of the biggies there. We had our valuations arrive from the county. And so kind of put together an analysis of that and send it to you guys so you kind of have an idea of what that's looking like as we start pulling the budget together. So the valuation increases dropped off dramatically this year. This wasn't near what we've seen the last several years, so it's starting to flatten out finally. Then on June 11th, we had a design meeting with the engineer for the fire department. And I left a copy of the meeting minutes and what we come up with on your desk there, so you kind of see where we're at. So we're starting to narrow in on the layout's pretty well finalized for interior and exterior. And we had a lot of preliminary discussions on what electrical and mechanical needs needed to be. So at the next meeting on June 25th, we'll start honing in on those a lot deeper. We're moving closer to a point where they can start giving us some pricing on what we've got there. Then on June 18th, we have the Northwest Community Center public meeting. So I think you've all received invitations for that. It starts at 5 to 6:30. So that'll be another session of community input based on the input that we've gotten so far, and just trying to drill down as to what the usage of that building looks like, how it could be used, utilized, and funded in the future. So that's kind of the goal out of that. On July 1st, REPA is hosting a AI workshop and training. I'll get some more information on that as far as times and location if you're interested in learning more about that. Then our next budget workshop is July 2nd, and we'll be getting some more information out to you guys on that one. So that'll be another kind of a big day for us.
We're going to do the work session same time.
Yeah. If you guys want to, it makes sense to just do it then instead of having to have 4 meetings in a row that week.
If it's government, it doesn't have to make sense. Let's move them out
You're
every
right.
4 days, every the other day.
So-
Be as inefficient as possible.
So then the other few things I have on your desk there is there is a Prime Homes is having an open house. So that is a new group of the kind of modular homes in Wichita that has been working with some of the local developers. Lang is possibly one of them that may be working with them some. So if you're interested in going that and learning more about that process, they have an open house that you're invited to through REAP, and I'll give you a flyer on that. Yeah, I probably will. Also, we had our meeting for our county economic development partnership this morning. So I have an update in there on that for you guys so you can see what we talked about and what's being worked on. And then finally, Department of Commerce released the county wages for the state. And so there's an analysis on your desk there that breaks down kind of how Cali County plays out across the state and the region on our annual wage analysis. So, and then other than that, just make sure you take a look at the financial summary in the packet. Everything's tracking pretty well so far. So that's all I got.
Thank you. Items for discussion by city commissioners. They got anything?
Has that sign ever been cleaned up on Summit, South Summit, where we can see it? That speed limit sign?
Oh,
Has that tree ever been cut?
I don't know. I'll find out.
I mean, there's been a number of people ask me how come I can get a ticket if I can't see the sign.
Sure you can. Your phone is what you're following. It says how fast you're supposed to be going.
Should be on your phone while you're driving.
Some of us don't.
Says the
You get on
guy,
your
says the guy
motorcycle.
that doesn't answer his phone when you call him.
There you go. There we go.
I don't know if anybody noticed, but the old townhouse had a truck in the parking lot now.
No, didn't notice that. All right, comments from the audience? Anybody signed up?
So Lloyd Colston would like to speak about budget.
Mayor, Commission, happy to stand before you this evening and discuss the budget. And I've been through a number of budget cycles in my career, and they have been less than pleasant, most of them. You have a hard job. You have a hard job. And some of the citizens don't give you credit for the hard job that you have. You heard a preacher pray for you tonight, and he mentioned good government. And the citizens don't appreciate good government even when they see it, because some of them have a skewed view of what you do. But I'm a man of faith, and I'm happy to tell you that I pray for you regularly, believe it or not. I challenge my city residents to pray for you. They need to acknowledge that they get what they pray for, in addition to what they pay for. Thank you for your service. Be blessed.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lloyd.
You don't want to speak, Elton? Okay. And Elton has revoked, so I don't have anyone else on the list.
That's it? All right.
We adjourn.
A motion and a second to adjourn. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Those opposed? We're adjourned.
You didn't vote on it.
Neither did I. You only got